guys, this is Save Continue podcast where every week we get together and talk about video games and video game related stuff. My name is Shanae Howard. This is Tommy Shelby.
Hey.
And this is Ryan Robinson.
Hello.
So guys, what have you been playing lately?
So I've been playing mostly just more Under Night in Birth. Really having a lot of fun with that. And I went through What Remains of Edith Finch again because it was free on PlayStation. When I first played it was on Steam. Went through and finished up the incredibly easy trophy list on that. Interesting playing it on a controller versus a keyboard because they, implement like interesting little motions into that.
I'm assuming stuff like the swinging section when you're on like the playground set is probably a little bit I guess more intuitive. With the analog sticks rather than the buttons. I
was fine pressing W and S, but like on PS4, like each analog stick controls a leg.
Oh, really?
They just do neat little things like that.
Okay.
So I ran through that again, and then I've been playing a little bit of Soul Calibur 6, and that's been a lot of fun. And that's it.
Is he boring you, Shanae?
No, I'm just real sleepy. I didn't sleep well last night.
Sure.
So I think I told you guys last time about games we played about Old Man's Journey.
Yeah.
So I've been really looking for a lot more games like that. With just like fun, pretty short, like but emotional ones.
Play What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah, play that one.
Yeah.
That'll make you cry a few times.
So so I've been playing a couple of them. A lot of them are not that great.
Uh-oh.
Did you play Florence yet?
Yeah, no, I downloaded that a while ago, and I
Okay.
played through it a couple times. Speaking of playthrough, I also replayed the Nightshade game that I bought. So there's like a mobile game, and it might be on other platforms. But My Child Lebensborn, it's basically you are like a single mom that adopted in Norway right after World War II that adopted a child that happens to be the father was a German soldier and then the mother was a Norwegian citizen. And there is actually quite a few stories of like kids that were born from Nazi soldiers and the same with like carried on with them after World War II.
Yeah.
And so the entire game is basically you just playing as a single mother and like people don't like your kid.
Right.
Because it gets around and like how people treat them at school, teachers, classmates, like other parents and stuff, and like your decisions like affect the child's personality, and
Sounds interesting. Like that's a very interesting premise.
yeah, and so
My Child Lebensborn?
yeah, My Child
Okay.
Lebensborn, and I think it's like $3.
3?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And at the end of it, like they do, they like give like names of people who had similar experiences and like little statement pieces by them, and that was like a fun after credits thing.
That's cool.
I guess like fun's not the wrong word, but interesting is probably the better word. So yeah.
The best credit segment. Go.
Oh, Doom 2016.
What happens
Easily.
in that one?
You really got to see it for yourself. It's pretty badass.
Shanae?
You already know what my answer is gonna be. Probably one of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Why?
Because it's just like it's so like bittersweet, and it just is like I beat this game, and it's just like a really good feeling, and the music is awesome,
Okay.
and a lot of times they have like scenes in between, like the credits and stuff.
Okay.
So it's always like super rewarding.
Cool.
It's the Doom one is just this like it's just a montage of the Doom guy doing badass stuff, and it's really neat looking.
What about you?
For fun, probably Smash Bros. Ultimate Classic mode, because it's just a shoot 'em up. And then for feeling Nier Automata for sure. The credits will make you cry in that game. Yeah.
I'm an easy crier though.
Yeah.
This has been noted. It makes me think of the credits for I want to say Virtua Fighter 1, where regardless of who you beat it with, the the credits are always the character that you beat it with doing the same punch combo to every other character in the game. It's really weird.
Anyway, sorry for the sidetrack there.
That's cool.
And then I invited a coworker over after work, and then she's into video games too, and I didn't really have like a whole lot of like super quick 2-player ones, so I was like, oh, do you want to play Smash? Even though I haven't played it in a while. Like, Berto was teaching me, and then we just kind of fell off with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, and so we started like playing a little, and she's like, oh yeah, her and her boyfriend apparently play it every single night online.
So she kicked your ass.
Oh, so hard.
Who
hard.
did she play as?
Corin.
Well, I told her that I am not good at it. Mm-hmm. So she didn't choose her main. I forgot who her main was. She picked King K. Rool.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then I was like, Berto, because he was still like, I was like, get it. And like, he knows her too, because like we're friends from before work.
From the before time.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, just so she has a challenge. And Berto was like struggling real hard.
Struggling
or not, did he win?
Yeah. It's probably sweeter if you struggle.
Yeah.
Well, we played quite a few matches. And I think he won a couple of them, but she won some.
Yeah, there's no rounds to Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I never won any.
Yeah.
But she was giving me like a lot of advice.
We're gonna have to ask you to go now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but she was giving me a lot of advice and like being super nice about me being not good at it.
I gotta open this.
I just think it's funny that I didn't know how good she was, and she's like, oh yeah, no, I demolished at this.
I was laughing when you first started telling the story because it reminds me of, like, there's been more than one time, and it's always like a girl that I'm seeing and is like, hey, you like video games, I like video games, come over and let's play video games. And I remember, you remember that girl Erica?
Yeah, absolutely.
So she was like, come over, let's play Mortal Kombat. I'm like,
oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it'll be fun because it's Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's great.
She's like, oh yeah, I'm awesome at it.
No, she said I mash at this.
Wrecked.
Yeah, she's like I mash at this, which we both interpreted as, oh, that's probably a euphemism for I'm awesome at this.
Yeah.
But she literally
was not awesome at it.
Button mashes. Yeah. Just destroyed her.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Destroy all humans.
I was just like, oh, like I just
remake coming summer 2020.
That's a good FGC name. That could be your stage name.
Destroy all humans.
Yeah.
I feel like Ryan is a really good one.
Yeah, but that was super nice of her to like be like supportive once she realized how bad I was comparatively.
Yeah. But really, she was probably quite bored.
Yeah, I even was like, if you don't want to play this because I'm so bad at it. She's like, no. She's like, it's still fun. And
she's like, no, spend plenty of time with the training dummy.
You want to talk about someone getting demolished at a fighting game? You should have been around for when I destroyed Kayla at Nidhogg.
That was so fucking funny. God, I wish we had been recording that.
She was running herself into my sword.
Ryan was not even moving and like winning the game.
I was doubled over in laughter, and she just kept. I wasn't even holding the controller.
It's so fucking funny.
Like I couldn't. Like I was crying laughing.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Oh.
Nidhogg is a fighting game, right?
I mean, PlayStation would have you believe so.
Sure.
That's where they put it in their genre section.
Sure.
But where else are you gonna put it?
Platformers.
There's some light platforming there, sure.
Yeah.
But really I've just been focused on trying to find like decent, like fun games that like that are like super emotional. Like like
they can be few and far. They can be hard to find.
Yeah, and I think but I'm also like kind of giving myself a break in between like playing them because I don't want to feel like I'm burnt out playing it.
Did you play Journey?
I've played Journey a while ago.
Did you play Gone Home?
No.
Play Gone Home.
Yeah, play Gone Home. That was free on PlayStation Plus a while back. Did you get it when it was free?
No.
Did you play Emily is Away? First one's free on Steam.
Emily's Away.
Better than the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm super down for it. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Play Her Story.
Yeah, there was a time.
Yeah.
So, also, all right, so I picked up the Game of Thrones game again, the mobile one I was talking about a while ago. So
Is it different than the PC one?
I never played the PC. Well, the PC one, if it's not the Game of Thrones one, then yes.
They have the Game of Thrones ones. Game of Thrones.
Well,
Game of Thrones. You got it.
They got that one on PC.
Oh, well, I never played it on PC.
It's probably better on phone though.
Actually, probably so.
Yeah, because of the whole like.
Yeah, it's because it's Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Tender.
I was playing the game. I got all the endings. It was super satisfying.
Nice.
And then there's like all these like quests, like tell a convincing lie, win attorney, like all these like vague things that you can do because like some characters can only do some actions.
Okay.
Like find out who's hiding in the dungeons, and you're like, okay, what does that mean? Like which character gets me to that point? So I got there is 54 of them, and I got 49 of them. And I got like almost all the characters. Like I was like almost maxing out everything. And there's like some that people had I saw online on like a couple forums because there's not many of them on about this game because it's just a short game. And
Sure.
So I was looking at all these guides and like these forums for it and like trying to like because people weren't able to find stuff, and I was like adding to it, and then like I got this like special scene like after I got all the endings, and it was like, oh, like and it just like was kind of vaguely worded, and somehow, well, I know how, I just like I didn't realize at the time, but I know now, I just restarted everything. It erased all of my like stuff that I had collected. It erased like all the characters, and I was just like I just deleted it from my phone. I was so pissed.
At yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did this to myself. I didn't
Yeah.
intentionally do it to myself, but I did.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Well,
I feel like what you described right now is the worst you could be at video games.
sure. How do you feel about that? What's your response?
I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel real bad.
Shanae, would you say right here and now that you are bad at video games?
Yeah. I
No,
would.
you're not.
Mm.
The few times, and there hasn't been many, but the few times I've played, like actually played games with Shanae, she's been pretty good.
Okay. I played video games with Shanae one time, and it didn't go well for either of us.
Yeah. Well, she's good at Zen.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just thought of when we were playing Metal Gear Solid on your PlayStation Mini, and we got all the way up to Gray Fox, and then it turned off because because my PlayStation was being used as the power source, and it went into sleep mode.
Yeah.
That was actually,
That's pretty funny.
yeah, kind of frustrating though, because I really wanted to.
Well,
see if we
it
could get
can't.
through
That
the whole
can't
thing.
be it though. Like it had to be like set to turn off because sleep mode still provides power to USB.
Yeah, but like, maybe
That's how people charge their controllers with their console.
Sure,
off.
but like, isn't like the power output in awake mode different than the power in sleep mode?
I'm not positive, but probably
Yeah, so maybe it's not enough to keep the PlayStation on.
it needed more juices.
Yeah, it was thirsty.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, Ryan?
so I actually started playing Borderlands 2 again.
Oh, nice.
Because the DLC.
No, because our friends Jim and Sarah were playing it, and I was like, man, I want to play Borderlands 2, so I started playing Borderlands 2 again. It's been, and this could be my memory being removed by 7 years, but it seems like the leveling is faster, and it seems like the damage is rebalanced because it just feels different than I remember.
Yeah.
But again, it could be just me just not remembering my experience with a 7-year-old game. But I'm having a good time with it.
What character are you playing as?
Gage the Necromancer. I'm quite fond of pet classes, especially in loot-driven games like that. It's really fun for me. And then just the usual Mortal Kombat 11. I played a King of the Hill round with a few friends. And that was really fun because it reminds me of the experience. Reminded me kind of being in the arcade.
Are-
All I could imagine was you like in Mortal Kombat 11 fighting like Hank
Hank
Hill.
Hill.
Yes.
Are there built-in like ranked tournaments?
So there is a section for tournaments
Yeah.
on the main screen, and then you click on it, and it just says, then it kicks you out to the PS4 UI, and it says no events scheduled. Or
So
something
it's
like
for
that.
specific events.
Yeah,
I hate that, man.
because
Like,
I know Tekken 7.
Tekken 7
has it
tournaments
built in.
was great. I
Yeah.
love Tekken 7 tournaments.
That's
and
what I was
like,
hoping it would be.
I was like, well, it's Namco. Like, certainly Soul Calibur is going to have this, and it doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what when I saw it, that's what I thought it was going to be.
But Soul Calibur, as long as both players want, allows for infinite rematches, so that's nice.
That's really cool. Yeah, but like, I really like the. I think that's probably like like it's funny because I never played a mode like that before.
Yeah.
So that's probably like my favorite mode to play because it's fun just to see like how many rotations of the people in the lobby that I can get through.
Yeah.
I went on a 3-win streak. And I
Nice.
felt really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Jack's gonna give it to you. So, but that's about it.
All right, and then so I guess today we just wanted to talk about our reactions to E3 stuff.
E3. Are you excited?
So excited, so sick.
So, Shanae, why don't you get us started? And I know what I had reactions to.
Do y'all just want to go through each like conference in there?
No, that'll take forever.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about what.
What stuck out to us?
Yeah.
So Keanu seemed really happy. What else stuck out? Oh yeah, I'm still excited for Borderlands 3.
I think a lot of people are.
It
Yeah.
just made me more excited.
And I think I would say that like I've heard some things about that game that I think are pretty cool.
Such as?
I think it's all centered around the customization of guns. Like from an aesthetic standpoint, you can kind of personalize guns in a way that kind of makes them your own. I think that's neat. But it also seems like, and I think that my as I'm playing Borderlands 2, I'm like I'm like, yeah, I could do more of this. So
I just can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What about Borderlands 2 or 3 is exciting for you?
More Borderlands.
Yeah. Well, what about Borderlands is it that you like?
I like it that it's one of the shooters that me and Berto can actually like play together and like super enjoy. Cause I really like tiered, like the way, like the very Blizzard-esque tiered system. It's like super familiar for me. I like that there is loot everywhere. Like I'm pretty down for collectibles for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm assuming that the controls are going to be super similar to what they have been, which I'm really comfortable with. So it's a game that I know that like I am decent at, and I also really like the art style, and I can play with Berto. And then like the more I see of it, the more I think he's going to have fun with it as well.
I just feel like I can't be the only one who wanted them to put armor pieces in the game.
I mean, I said that a couple of years ago, you know, like,
and it seems like that's something that I imagine a lot of people probably would have wanted.
if you're going to take that much from other franchises,
Yeah.
why not add that?
Yeah, and because I think that because they did the thing with Borderlands 2 with the skins and the heads and all that as a means of like I guess customizing your character and setting them apart, but like the number of skins and heads
12.
and heads is like really limited, so it's just like, you know, it's
And they don't affect gameplay at all.
yeah, so there's that too, and it's just that, you know, they're neat and everything, but like, you know, by and large, like especially if you're playing, you know, single player, then like that shit's kind of meaningless because you only ever see yourself when you pop into the menus, you know.
Yeah.
So I think armor pieces would have been really cool, and it sucks that they kind of passed that opportunity up.
Agreed.
I can see that.
I think that one of the fun parts of loot driven RPGs is finding new equipment and finding new items to, you know, make your character better. And that goes, and like for example, like I like Diablo a lot, but like I find not only do I find new weapons all the time, I'm finding new armor all the time,
Yeah.
new armor pieces and stuff like that. And yeah, Borderlands has like shields and relics and all that, but
like 90% of that you're not going to use.
yeah. So I would have really liked to see some armor pieces, but and I don't know when or if we're gonna get another Borderlands after 3, but that would have been really cool, and it sucks that the opportunity was missed. That being said, I will probably play that game when it comes out.
Yeah.
You want to play with me?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. I mean,
That is rude, Ryan.
sorry. Sure, we'll play together.
I don't even want to play with you anymore.
All right.
Okay,
I tried playing Borderlands 2 with my girlfriend, and like I didn't,
I'm not your girlfriend.
and I didn't.
Not with that attitude.
I didn't enjoy it. Not because I don't like playing video games with her, but like she doesn't. I feel like I feel dumb for me to. I feel dumb saying it out loud, but I was like, "You're not playing it the right way." Like in my mind, I was saying that because I want to run and go shoot stuff, but she's looking at everything and taking forever, and I'm wanting to go shoot
She's
stuff.
playing it like a single player game.
Yeah.
Like you're playing Fallout or something.
That's the main reason me and Umberto don't play a lot of games together. But when it comes to like loot-driven games, he's more like want to like open chests and stuff.
Yeah.
So our play styles kind of mix a little better when it comes to Borderlands. That's honestly one of the main reasons that we do like play it well together.
Yeah.
Because I play like everything like a single player game now.
Yeah.
Okay, so my biggest takeaway from E3 was like it was expected to be a lesser E3, and I think it definitely was. PlayStation not being there kind of really sucked more than I thought that it would. And it's funny seeing footage of the floor. Have you guys seen footage of the floor where like PlayStation's booth always is?
No.
They didn't put anything there. So there's just this giant empty space where Sony used to be.
Right.
And I didn't think
like
that would
the hole
affect
in
things
our
as much as like it affected things way more than I thought it would. There were several things about the presentations and news that occurred that kind of depressed me a bit. Like
what?
Like Ninja Theory getting picked up by Microsoft. I was like, okay, as much as they during the whole development of Hellblade talked about how they're going to make AA viable for people. They accepted this buyout, and that's a decision that they felt that they had to make.
Right.
And then the game that they show is just a game I've zero interest in playing. It's some weird multiplayer, like weird thing that it's just not for me. And it's a living game, which that's Microsoft input there.
Sure. That's antithetical to what Ninja Theory typically makes.
And then the same thing with Double Fine getting acquired.
Yeah, that was
like Double Fine has always been about like, dude, I remember 6 months ago they're talking about being independent.
Yeah.
And how first parties and whatnot first parties and second parties need to unionize. Like Tim Schafer saying these words.
Yeah.
And now he's just bought out. And like I get it, they were probably going broke.
Sure.
But
well, that was like the biggest surprise of the Microsoft conference to me.
That doesn't make it less sad to me.
Yeah.
And overall, Microsoft's presentation I was expecting so much because Phil Spencer told me to expect so much.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed in most of what I saw. 12 Minutes, I think it's called, which I saw originally
neat
like
to me.
4 years ago.
That
looks pretty, like it's coming along well. Looks fucking awesome.
Looks neat to me.
As far as like to me, the only good conferences were Square and Nintendo's Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Like even the PC gaming show fucking sucked.
Yeah.
It's probably not great.
Yeah, it sucked.
I do want to talk about Nintendo Direct here.
Like Conan Chop Chop, great. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
More Conan games. No, sick of it.
It's so funny because like I can't speak for any generation before 360.
Yeah.
But every Conan game released from then on has been bad.
I mean, people really love Exiles. I do not.
I don't.
That's the one with the dong slider, right?
I don't like. I put a good number of hours into that game, and I don't get it.
But yeah, I mean, as far as stuff I liked, like Final Fantasy VII looks fucking great.
Yeah.
And the reception of people who have played it has been very, very positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't watch the Square Enix one, so like, can you give me a recap?
Deep dive onto Final Fantasy VII.
Good.
Showing new gameplay, like explaining the way gameplay works, showing Tifa. So that was all
I bet
really,
they got some cheers.
really good. I was disappointed because I was really expecting Yoko Taro to announce his next game there. He did not, but that's okay. That's okay. Final Fantasy was enough. They showed more of Dragon Quest coming to Switch and the improvements of the Switch version, which, it's fine. It's whatever. Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 8 remaster. Yeah. So that's cool. It looks good. Like, it looks better than that game has ever looked. So, that's pretty cool.
You would expect it to.
Yeah. Nothing that really stood out, but like they did a good job of everything. The fucking collection of mana like shadow dropped during that conference, which is cool for people that are into that. The newer mana, I think Trials of Mana, which was never released here before.
Yeah.
We're getting not only the original version but the remaster version.
Okay.
Which that was only in Japan for the longest time. I'm sure Sandy's probably super psyched for that. They showed the trailer for the Kingdom Hearts DLC, which isn't out I think until like September or August or something like that.
What was it called again?
I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, another bad trailer for a game that people love, because every Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer has been horrible.
Yeah.
Let's take out all the sound effects. Like what?
Yeah.
Whose decision was that?
Remind.
That's what it was.
Who thought it was a good idea to remove sound effects from every Kingdom Hearts trailer?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nintendo's was fucking awesome, man. Like Nintendo's Direct was great. Sad because I really thought that Animal Crossing would be their emphasis this year. And they did show it, but they also were like, hey, it's going to take a little bit longer than we thought.
Right.
Which, whatever. Take your time with it.
Yeah, make it good.
I think more people, and I saw a lot of people being like, oh, there's a lot more stuff to do in the summer anyways, as far as like little festivals and stuff in the game. So a lot of people are like spring and summer, so a lot of people didn't mind. Or like, okay, it's whatever.
Obviously integrated with Pocket Camp. In what way, I don't know. I haven't really played Pocket Camp.
I did.
And then, so like they pushed Zelda super hard during this Direct.
Yeah.
Like it opens with Smash, right? For the Dragon Quest playable character, right? I think it's the Luminary. I'm not positive. But even that trailer opens with that trailer opens focused on Link, and they show more Cadence of Hyrule, then they show Link's Awakening, then they end with fucking Breath of the Wild 2 in development,
Yeah.
So that was all really cool. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, I don't really care. Like, it's cool. I like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that's going to get me to play more Smash Brothers.
I know a couple people that are super stoked about it.
Yeah.
But they already play a lot of Smash, so.
Yeah.
And then
Panzer Dragoon remake. I was like, this looks
very cool.
Fucking awesome.
Very cool.
And it's interesting because like recently I played through Orta for the first time, which was the last Panzer Dragoon game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you beat that, they give you the original Panzer Dragoon in the game. You unlock it, But like it's the old version, so it's nice to see it looking real good. Luigi's Mansion 3 looks great. Gooigi, he's a good boy.
Pokemon Sword and Shield. We got to see the legendaries.
That was during the Pokemon Direct, not during the E3 Direct.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. They did talk about Sword and Shield, but very, very briefly, which I was actually glad that they didn't touch on it too much. Platinum showed a new trailer for Astral Chains, which I'm super psyched for, especially in the absence of a Yoko Taro game. Yeah. I'll take this game.
That's the anime police game, right?
Yeah. But yeah, like all in all, it just looks awesome. And then, Link's Awakening suddenly has this dungeon builder, like it's fucking Zelda Maker.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking rad.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of cool Nintendo stuff.
For Bethesda, Doom Eternal, my big concern with Doom Eternal was the super shotgun and the grapple being attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
But after their presentation, hearing people who actually got hands-on with it and behind closed doors with it hearing them talk about weapons, they talk about it in a way that you have a constant need to be switching weapons.
Right.
So they are kind of forcing your hand there, which I think is very, very wise.
Yeah.
And I think that the game will be better for that.
Yeah. I think, because I think I feel like it was maybe last week or not, or the last time we all got together, where I said something about like playing a shooter or a game that gives you multiple weapons, and then like figuring out very early on that one weapon is clearly superior to all the others, and just like not using anything else.
Right. Well, because Doom 2016, I mean, I didn't finish it, but I played probably a solid 9 hours of that game.
Yeah, all of it with the super shotgun.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So, kind of forcing you to like kind of change it up and engage in that variety is really cool.
And you saw it in the gameplay, right? Like he's constantly switching weapons in that demo.
That's just so fucking cool.
So yeah, that looks great. I thought like the whole thing with Todd Howard and even Pete Hines to an extent coming out and like addressing 76 was it's just such a load of shit, man. Like they start out with this video, which they always do, of their developers and some fans, and they talk about like, you let us know when we do things right, and you definitely let us know when we do things wrong.
Go fuck yourself.
Like
with that,
just
dude.
come out and say we fucked up. We're sorry, And then like the crowd, like the audience at that conference was so fucking ridiculous that I'm convinced that the front rows are filled with employees. They're like cheering for everything. The response to NPCs in Fallout 76.
Which is, yes, let's respond with roaring applause to them meeting that very low bar.
Yeah, to something that most games have. Oh, we added NPCs.
Like we added NPCs to address our obvious design mistake in the first place. Yeah. And then they even had a guy who was just like, there was a guy who was just like, no, I'm definitely not paid. I just really love Bethesda games and I'm excited to be here. And I was like, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
But most people don't start off with, I'm not paid.
Well, like, cause he was directly asked if he was paid, but
I'm like, if what, like NPCs, we brought it, like, okay, you did something that should be a standard in a game like this.
Like I get it. Like from the start, you made it very much sound. The way you phrased it was that the lack of NPCs was a design choice.
And then I could not care less about their battle royale.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like I can't imagine being enthusiastic about such a mediocre video game.
Yeah.
And like.
Well, and even with their battle royale, they're like, "Oh, and it's free," and they get huge applause. I'm like, "Well, Fortnite's fucking free." Like,
all battle you
still have to pay the price to get the game to play the free part of it,
right? Like every battle royale that's been released that isn't PUBG is free.
Yeah.
So, what is the incentive here?
Right, and this is not free. You have to buy Fallout 76. Right. That mode's free. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still spending the $40, whatever it is.
Yeah, I bought Mortal Kombat 11, and every mode in that I can play for free.
Right. Exactly.
So I saw like a online post of a bunch of different stores where like the Xbox bundled with Fallout 76 was like less than just the Xbox.
Oh yeah, take it, please.
Yeah,
we got to get rid of these.
Like not specifically E3 related, but like I saw that they finally got around to fulfilling their those pre-orders for those bags 7 months later.
Yeah,
and it's just like
to me that's how their conference feels. Their conference feels like those bags.
Yeah,
it's like.
And their
first E3 conference where they showed Doom to the public, like Doom 2016 was originally
amazing.
shown at QuakeCon, right?
That was so,
but only there was no videos of it.
Amazing.
So when it was revealed to the public, it was at their
Snap
first
Map.
Conference.
That's what
it
we
was
heard of.
Fantastic, right? Yeah. But I feel like they've gotten progressively worse and worse and worse.
And I guess I don't get where this because what it reads to me as complacency.
Yeah,
and I'm not, and especially over the last 7 months, I guess I don't understand where that complacency comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like especially after something like Fallout 76, there would be a sense of urgency.
It comes from the fact that they know they have other franchises that can cover their ass. People are gonna buy Doom. People are gonna buy Wolfenstein. Like it's it's not a problem.
Yeah, but like it's funny because like because I'm very vocal about my criticism of Bethesda, but people are like, but you're gonna buy Doom and Wolfenstein, and I'm like, I'm buying Doom and Wolfenstein because I'm a Doom and Wolfenstein fan, not because I'm a Bethesda
and
fan.
Bethesda didn't make those games; they're publishing them.
So, but that being said, they didn't show gameplay for it, but they showed They showed a trailer for that Deathloop game, and I thought that trailer looked really interesting.
Dave Fennoy was all over the E3.
Yeah, and I'm.
You see him doing his motion capture?
Yeah, he like that game. I'm excited to find out what that game is and how.
A lot of time loops at this E3.
Yeah,
there was like 3 or 4 games with time loops.
Mm-hmm.
It's on trend.
It's the theme this year.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that they showed was Shinji Mikami's Ghostwire, which I shouldn't say it's his studio, but he is not directing it. But it looks so fucking cool, man. There's no gameplay really, but that trailer is really kind of spooky. Yeah. I'm down for that.
I had seen someone speculate that the whole Spider-Man puddle debacle is why we've seen less gameplay at this year's E3.
I'd be surprised if that's actually true. I don't think most developers or publishers give a shit about that.
Yeah.
That game sold ridiculously well, even with that going on.
Yeah.
Even with Insomniac slapping those criticisms in the face by putting puddle stickers in the game, it still sold incredibly well. I think that the game's just early on.
Yeah.
But that studio has put out some great things, and it looks very original. So I'm down for that.
What do you think about the new Cyberpunk 2077?
I'm excited for it, but not any more than I already was.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves being there does 0 for me.
Yeah.
I thought he brought good energy. It just seemed like he was having a great time.
It reminds me of when Jamie Kennedy was there. Like, I don't care.
It was better than Jamie Kennedy.
I don't need to see these celebrities slapped onto these games.
Well, it's funny because like Keanu Reeves himself was like, video games don't need celebrities in them.
Yeah.
And like,
but he's been attached to multiple video games.
I mean, a paycheck's a paycheck,
He just seemed really happy to be there, and I just like that.
But as far as the game itself, like, that in that presentation they didn't bring anything new to that.
Yeah, and like him being excited to be there, like that's great, but like I would have rather seen like the creative director.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Which is like, I don't know, like how I feel about a lot of like hosts and presenters when it comes to these conferences, and I don't know, a lot of them just have really not great energy on stage, and it makes everything just kind of more boring and doesn't unlike.
Well, sure, it's not their job to be on; it's his job to be on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so I just if you're gonna have a celebrity like attached to a game, I want it to be one that it makes me more engaged as the presentation goes on. Like if you're gonna have them there, have one that does well in those situations.
Yeah,
brings more life to your whole segment.
I do think that I will say that I think that that Keanu Reeves and his involvement in that project has kind of. It's taken the conversation away from the game itself, and more the conversation I've seen has been more about Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it's all over Twitter, right?
And and I feel like it's
smart.
It's smart, but like I also feel like knowing who's in the game is neat, but I'd like to know more about how the game plays and what
also
I can do.
Their new tagline, like I don't know if it's just for this ad campaign or if it's the tagline for the game, I think is not smart.
What is it?
Style over substance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which, like, yes, it's a very stylistic game. I get it.
But if that is how you describe if that is how you describe your video game, that's not good.
You're making an RPG for people who played The Witcher 3, who really care about substance in a game. Probably not the best way to advertise it.
I don't know if I was gonna play Cyberpunk 2077, and the conference didn't make me sway me either way.
I mean, I feel like the only new thing that we got out of that was a release date.
Yeah.
That's about it. So,
I think the cinematic that they showed was really cool.
Yeah,
but it did, like I said, I was already going to play the game.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's a cinematic, right? And I'd rather see at the very least a gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
So.
Square showed Avengers.
Oh yeah. So it looked terrible.
You think it looked terrible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know. It's like it. Like, all right, so this is gonna sound really terrible as somebody who likes cartoon ass shit.
Yeah.
But it seemed like just a nicer version of a PBS cartoon, as far as like.
So you mean that it visually looked terrible, not the game itself looked terrible?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like visually it was very just like weird and jarring seeing the graphics on there. I don't know what like art style or whatever. It didn't feel cohesive. It felt like a fan made short. It didn't feel like a game to me. When I watched it, I was like,
Yeah. So
okay.
I don't completely disagree with that.
I just felt really weird.
I'll say this: I'm not a huge fan of the Avengers. There's Marvel properties I like. Their attachment to Avengers is minimal. But like the cast that they chose is really good. I love Nolan North, Travis Willingham, Laura Bailey, like all of them.
All-star cast.
Really good cast. However, I've heard from people who've played it that the acting is better than the writing is. But like it seems pretty fucking dark for an Avengers game.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'm into. And then visually, the game's still so early that it's gonna look different when it comes out anyway.
Yeah.
And I would rather them show a worse looking version than we're gonna get than show something that is not attainable, like with Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Watch Dogs 1, not 3.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh, this could be cool, but I was like, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna play someone else's version of it.
Yeah.
You might buy it.
I mean, if it gets
It's too early to say that you're not going to buy it.
If it gets better, or if I get a better, I guess, like feeling from it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the scene that they showed between Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, like I thought that was pretty good. Having so little context for it, like it seems like it's going to have a decent story.
Yeah.
You know. And also, so they talked about exclusive content on the PlayStation version. I'm going to call it here that they're going to tie Spider-Man into it. Like Insomniac Spider-Man will tie into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that.
Oh.
Speaking of Watch Dogs, I really liked what I saw of Legion. But that's it was also giving me like some serious State of Decay vibes as far as
people
and permadeath and like recruiting people and stuff like that. I thought that was really neat. And that's one of the things I like about State of Decay.
What you made like a really good joke about it when you was like showing online and you sent the link to me.
I made a joke about it.
I think it was like it's something about a British accent.
What?
Anyways.
Well, anyway, so I thought that game I think that game, for what they showed, looked really neat. I'd like to I'm really excited to actually get to play it, but it's funny because as far as Watch Dogs is concerned, I've gone from being really lukewarm on the franchise, starting with Watch Dogs 1, and to being really enthusiastic about it, after playing Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
And Watch Dogs Legion was not what I expected out of a third game. I could have seen the setting as far as I could see it being in London. That could make sense. But seeing the direction that they went with it, with recruiting anybody and making your own hacker group, I thought that was really neat. And so I'd like to see how that actually works in practice.
I've played, I think, no Watch_Dogs. But
your dogs are not watched.
I've got this friend who's talking about it and he's like, yeah, I mean, it looks fun, but those character models are all kind of ugly. I'm like, yeah, the character models are all kind of ugly, but that's because they're letting you play as fucking anybody.
Yeah.
They can't spend the time to detail every NPC to a main character level.
Right. Because that's not the kind of game that they made this time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to actually spending time with it. And
Ubisoft was forgettable. I cannot believe we didn't see Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah.
Cannot believe it.
Yeah.
With how much of that game that they've shown so far, I thought for sure they'd show something.
Yeah. Well, they spent all that. Oh my God, dude. So they got not Watch Dogs, Ghost Recon. What is it called?
Wildlands.
Wildlands 2 is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, but you know the game I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah. Ghost Recon, Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Starring John Bernthal, which, by the way, that fucking trailer was so...
Breakpoint.
There you go. That fucking trailer was so just... dumb. It was just so dumb, and like
It wasn't great.
and like
great.
that whole that's like his speech about
The game looks awesome.
about ghosts and wolves and all that, and then he was like, he comes out on stage and he's like, I'm John Bernthal, you're gonna be fighting my guys. Like, no, I mean,
yeah,
but
he trained him.
yeah. Well, he's the Punisher,
Yeah,
Gotta
get these polygons into shape.
but it's been so long since I played a Ghost Recon game. Like, I think the last Ghost Recon game I actually played was Advanced Warfighter, like near the launch of the 360.
Yeah.
So, this game is the first one that's actually intrigued me in a while.
It looks cool.
So I'm looking forward to trying it, but I like the idea of like the idea of persistence in the game, like persistent injuries and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to playing that game. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I'll enjoy what it brings. I hope I don't want too much of that John Bernthal energy. That guy's too intense for me.
I just think like no Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah.
No crossover with Nintendo. Like, come
I would
on.
have expected Beyond Good and Evil 2 over the announcement of another Nintendo crossover.
Not me, dude. I mean, Ubisoft on consoles where Nintendo has no third parties.
Yeah.
Ubisoft is there.
Yeah,
right?
Red Steel.
And then like Mario plus Rabbids was a huge success.
Yeah, it was.
While Starlink didn't sell well, the highest selling version of it was their Switch version because of the inclusion of Star Fox.
Sure.
Like I thought for sure they would do something else with them.
Yeah, I watched expecting to see Beyond Good and Evil 2 though. Especially
I want it.
Especially considering how long it's been since that game was officially announced.
I mean, it was officially announced like a decade ago.
Exactly.
But
right?
like this new version was only a couple years.
Yeah. So you think about like if you're not showing Beyond Good and Evil 2 at this point, like
what are you doing?
Well, not maybe because like, and I'm wondering where's the game at this point?
I think it's far along because the footage we shot, with the gameplay footage we saw like a year ago, looked like you could ship it, man.
Yeah.
Like by the numbers, right? Years and what we have seen of the individual games, I would think that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is farther along than The Last of Us or farther along than Death Stranding.
Yeah, but it's so
not.
The funny thing about it is both of those games have release dates.
Exactly.
And Beyond Good and Evil 2 doesn't.
Exactly.
So, I have to wonder like when is that game coming out? And I can't imagine they're going to push it to next gen, right?
I don't know. I mean, what they've shown looks so big though, like compared to either of those games. Like The Last of Us is great, but it's going to be a linear game. Who knows with Death Stranding what that's going to be?
I don't know. I felt sure that Death Stranding was going to get pushed to next gen. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not I definitely thought The Last of Us was farther behind.
Sure.
Was it you or was it Berto I was talking about Death Stranding with?
I mean, we talked about it on the show, but you also talked about how he was excited for it. So both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, like Last of Us, I definitely for a long time I thought was farther behind. People were like, "Oh yeah, that game's shipping this year." I was like, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They put out that tweet a few months ago about how they just wrapped motion capture. Like that tells you this game is far away. Like it's not going to be soon. You don't wrap motion capture then ship.
Sure.
But yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2, man, I need it. I need to see it.
And then I saw they showed off another was it Roller Champions or something like that?
Yeah, so that looked like kind of like a what do you call it? Like a Rocket League cash in, like let's do that but slightly different. But people have that have played it and the gameplay I've seen of it looks really fun.
It does look really cool. So I think they said that like you can go, the alpha was already out. You can just go download it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still up because that was a week ago, but yeah, it looked neat. I'd like to try it. Well, I mean, I say it looked neat from the 3 seconds of gameplay that they showed me, but
yeah, it looks like that kind of game. Even
Sure.
though there's no game like that, right? It looks like a Rocket League or a
Yeah.
Monday Night Combat or like one of those that you're going to play for a little bit.
Yeah.
Some people will get obsessed with,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it looks fun. Skatebird looks fun. I think that was shown at Kind of Funny's thing.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
So I didn't watch Kind of Funny's thing. Did you see anything cool there?
I mean, all they ever show is like a bunch of indie games,
Yeah.
you know, that sort of thing. Skatebird looks great. It's like Tony Hawk, but you're a bird on like a tech deck, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, looks super fun. I don't know, nothing really stuck out to me from their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they do it for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah. I mean, that's basically my thoughts on all of E3. There are things I wish were there that were not.
Mm-hmm.
Things that were there that you wish weren't.
Mm-hmm. Also, like people that were there were talking about how like it's the least crowded E3 has been in a long time. So I don't know if that's any indication as to where the conference is heading.
Well, I think the conversation
Well, also,
about
there's that giant space you see.
Yeah.
Everyone can stand there.
there's been a
No, they
conversation.
can't. There's like walls there.
Oh, well, that's lame.
It's like it almost looks like the hedge maze from the Shining, like kind of like that. You
oh,
know? Yeah.
There's been a conversation for a while about like where E3 is going and what is the future of that show.
Yeah.
Especially with companies deciding that they're not going to be there or doing their own thing or what have you. I think that the next E3 is probably going to be a really good indicator of what we can expect years going forward, especially with next E3 probably being the showing of those new consoles. And, based on that, we'll see where it goes. But
I don't know. I don't know that it will be the showing of the new generation of consoles. Like Sony traditionally does not show at E3. They show it there, but that's not where it's presented initially, They always have their New York conference, their press thing,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I kind of think it's going to go as long as they can possibly keep it going because it makes them so much money, even with Sony's absence. Even if Microsoft drops out, like it makes them a lot of money.
And there are still like a good number of people who were at E3. It's just, it's been a conversation for a while about like where that show is headed. But, I saw a few things this year that I was excited about. Markedly less than previous years, but it is what it is.
Oh, by the way, that Gears of War trailer with the heads coming in and out was so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, Terminator.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Terminator. I was thinking all that. The only thing that them showing Terminator accomplished for me, was I was like, I want a new Terminator video game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get one. Well, maybe I'll get one. Probably not soon, but there's a lot of people putting Terminator in their video games right now. So
is there?
Yeah, I think like there are like maybe 3 video games that have Terminator stuff in them right now.
Huh. Well, like I know Gears is confirmed.
Mortal
Kombat is likely, but not sure.
I'm not including Mortal Kombat. I have to look it up. But that being said, like more as far as I'm concerned, more Terminator is always better.
Yeah.
Like I can never have too much Terminator. So give me all the Terminator you got.
What if I got you a Terminator cardboard cutout?
Sure, if you want.
What's your obsession with standees today?
Yeah, what's going on?
I found a place where you can get custom standees for a good price online.
What are you gonna do with that? You gonna have yourself a Home Alone party?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna get 4 of my dog in different poses.
Freak out your fucking dog.
That just sounds like.
Imagine if you came home and there was 4 standees of Shanae there.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy.
All right.
And Berta was talking to all of them.
Yeah.
And you were the stranger.
Yeah.
We'll see. I
make a Cacodemon standee. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
Can I make you 4 of them?
Sure.
What's with the 4? What's the significance of that number?
I don't know. I just think it's a good number of standees to have of the same thing.
Yeah, a good foursome.
Sure.
Shanae likes a good foursome.
Always.
It's
all
the
day,
fearsome
every day.
foursome.
Yeah.
But yeah, was there anything on E3 that you wanted to add, Ryan?
Oh, I haven't played Gears of War in a really long time, and I don't think the announcement of what they showed for that Gears of War is going to change that.
One thing I do want to talk about real quick. It has not been confirmed for the United States, but you can order it through like PlayAsia and get it shipped here.
Yeah.
Hori
Plasia
announced a new Switch controller specifically for Daemon X Machina. But basically what it is a fucking Xbox controller that slides on in place of the Joy-Cons. And I'm so happy. It's got a real fucking D-pad.
It looks really cool.
Offset sticks. I'm like, I'll take it.
It looks really cool.
You sold me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should look that up.
Should. So by the time we're putting this out, it'll already be past Father's Day, but in our time, it's Father's Day, and I figured
In our time.
in recording time, and so I wanted to play a fun, point-free game.
Points are meaningless now, you guys. The
They've
veil has
always
fallen.
been. They've always been.
Yeah, Sinead didn't keep track.
Yeah,
I
like she
did
said
not.
she would.
I'm a liar. This is known.
I'm going to say we tied.
Sure. That's fair.
I feel like Ryan was ahead, but okay.
Well, you can't say that because you didn't fucking keep track.
Yeah.
I said feel, not know.
Points aren't based on feelings, man. They're based on performance.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say that's not 100% true all the time. Anyways, so I'm gonna name some dads from video games,
okay.
and I just want us to guess. There's no, like I said, there's no points, there's no right answer. What they would want as a Father's Day present.
So it's not really a game then. It's more hypothetical.
It's like a fun activity.
It's called a thought exercise.
Yeah.
All right, fine. It's a thought exercise. Holy fucking shit,
All
guys!
right.
You were taking the fun out of everything.
Well, I mean, you took the game out of the game, so.
Sure. I mean, that by definition, you're taking the fun out of it.
Joel from Last of Us.
His daughter back.
Damn. Well, Sarah gives him that watch at the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
which he wears even though it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So a working watch.
No. I mean, something like that, something thoughtful.
Yeah. It was a thoughtful gift.
Yeah.
I'm still going to stick with having his daughter back. I'm sure he will really like that.
Big Daddy from Game of Thrones. Or not Game of Thrones. Yeah, sorry. From BioShock.
Well, big daddies are not fathers. I guess some of them could be. Some of them could be fathers.
Yeah. They might have been a father before becoming a daddy.
Sure.
Well, I mean, so this thought exercise doesn't have to be a biological father, but a father figure.
I mean, blood doesn't make you a dad,
I'd imagine they'd want Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I
A
figured-
lot of it.
Yeah.
Figured it'd be a pretty easy gift on that
Yeah.
part.
More seawater.
Yeah. Krill.
Yeah.
Planktons.
Harry Mason from Silent Hill.
Oh.
Less ghoulies. I think he would like fewer ghoulies, more Cheryl.
Yeah, if you go with
He wants
Silent Hill Shattered Memories, he probably could use somebody to pay for those therapy sessions.
yeah.
They have gift cards for therapy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Could I pay my therapist with gift cards?
Yeah.
And Venmo my therapist?
I don't have any money, but I have this Simon gift card.
You could spend it anywhere.
Mike Hager from Final Fight.
Oh,
Shirt.
Do you think he wants that?
I don't know.
Re-election.
I think more suspenders.
No, he's not against Cody being mayor.
Okay. Well, less crime then.
Yeah, he definitely wants less crime.
Yeah.
Ethan Mars from Heavy Rain.
Jason.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chuck Green from Dead Rising 2.
I played only, what was it? Dead Rising 2 Zero something?
He would want a
the
new
demo
motorcycle.
thing? That's all I played.
He would want a new motorcycle. I think Chuck would want a new motorcycle.
Yeah.
Chuck. It's a funny name.
Chuck Suckum.
King of the Cosmos from Katamari.
King of all cosmos.
King of all Cosmos.
The biggest star. He wanted a really big star.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because he doesn't always demand a large star. He demands specific sizes.
He wants a thoughtful star.
Yeah.
A star just for him.
Interesting, of all the games he named, like, Katamari is the only one that has gifts in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Bowser.
Uh,
What do you want Bowser Jr. to give him?
You know, it's the
a
funny.
wife.
Yeah, actually, I've never been. I mean, I don't know a lot about that universe, but I've never been clear on Bowser's motivations.
Well, I mean, Odyssey leads you to believe that he wants, he wants marriage.
Sure. So he's lonely. So he wants a wife. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And that's Octodad. That's the only one.
Kratos isn't on there.
Octodad, I don't know enough
I
about
must say
Octodad. Octodad seems pretty fulfilled, honestly.
He seems like really happy.
Yeah.
Like he's got a great wife. He's got great kids.
And they're accepting of him even after they find out.
That he's Octo.
So probably just like a
A new suit.
a good day out with the family.
Yeah. Yeah. He seems
Maybe
like-
breakfast in bed.
It's funny because of all the dads on that list, I feel like Octodad is the best dad.
But yeah, also Kratos.
I mean, he didn't lose his children.
Sure. I feel like you got to be a pretty good dad for them to accept you after they find out that you're not human but Octo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And you ruined that wedding in the beginning. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Kratos, angry dad, probably a new kid.
He probably wants his original family back.
Yeah, probably some devastating cutting device.
Yeah.
Or
I think if you showed Kratos what a chainsaw was, he'd be really excited.
And also,
about
like, the conversations that Ryan and I have had about Kratos, he would
fiercely Republican,
Yeah,
fiercely
he-
conservative.
He wants that wall.
He wants it. He will guard it himself
Yeah.
if he has to.
Yeah, he wants that wall.
I mean, I guess the wall between like mortals and gods.
No, America and Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
I was just thinking that like any god that wants to fuck with them, just have him dead.
Yeah, but also he doesn't. I imagine Kratos isn't a fan of the Mexicans.
Wait, I don't know. I haven't asked him.
Yeah, well, he's not real, so. I mean, we can say his beliefs are whatever we want them to be.
I downloaded a Kratos in Soul Calibur 6. It looks pretty good.
But yeah, that's my dads. There's a lot more dads in video games than moms.
There are a lot of dads.
A lot more than
a
moms.
A ton of dads. Yeah, there are very few moms, which is why every time you do see moms, it's
There's a lot of moms.
comparatively fewer mommies.
Sure.
Yeah,
So-
that was my statement.
So
But yeah,
imagine if Mike Hagar was Michelle Hagar. That'd be really cool.
I'm just imagining him with a wig on now.
I imagine a sexy lady, with shirtless and just suspenders.
It's just the strap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the strap.
But yeah, so that was our show this week. If you want to listen to anything about E3, you can hit us up. But
Crimson Viper's a mommy.
Is she?
Yeah.
we've already played this game.
I'm just saying. I just thought of it. She's a mommy. That's why she's doing stuff for her kid. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I found that out in like a cutscene in Street Fighter 4.
But yeah,
The
Well-
more you know.
thanks for listening to our shows. Thanks for listening to our show. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Hold on. I got it. Hold on.
The mouse is over here.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.